And we are live with session 3 of Iron Lung. Just kidding. No, we actually finished that. We're live with session 41 of Drowned Gods. And yeah, it's been a little while, almost a month on the dot. And everyone, as usual, reset your hero point pools to 1. And I'm going to guess everyone is cool with me just doing the recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. Well, I mean, I don't remember some things, but I don't remember enough.
All right. And I am eligible because I did not do the recap last time. Anna did, so that all works out. So yeah, last time we had just shortly arrived on the island, and we'd come up on this beach and started poking around, and all these houses were empty. Then as we were exploring over behind this bush over here, we found a burnt corpse and also a not burnt corpse of an actual guy whose name is Mako, and he is not a goblin. He is a human. And yeah, so Mako seems to be very confused, seems to have some sort of amnesia. He doesn't remember, well, not complete amnesia, but he doesn't remember what happened to his village, why there's a burnt corpse, what's going on. For some reason, he wanted to go into the water, which is not suspicious at all. But we managed to tell him not to. He also tells us that we need to stay away from the tree line. And then as we were trying to work through stuff with him, we ended up being attacked by an Elasmosaurus with a godlike AC that was like nobody could hit, but we did eventually kill it.
I was gonna say, did it die? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that also is like a perfect example of why I don't let you bring all the ponies in combat normally, because each round took literally forever with all of the characters in play. But yeah, so we did eventually take out the old Loch Ness monster, which owes Abe Tree Fitty. And then we found out that it has markings on it that are in the shape of multiple triangles. And Akalupu actually has the same tattoo. And I forget who looked into it. Probably BlackRock, if I had to guess. But the markings appear to be some sort of a binding spell. And that has something to do with some kind of esoteric primordial entity, and probably not the weird Cthulhu monster that the crazy guy was trying to summon on our boat. You know, the guy we saved from the sea stack? Anyway, I'm sure that won't come back to haunt us at all. What was that?
Don't even worry about it.
Absolutely. So then we chopped up the dino and started cooking him up and did some searching. We found a bit of bread and some seashells, which I'll remind you are kind of money. So that's good for us. And then we decided to rest that night in the village. And that night, while Yasuka, well, I think it was just PPOP on watch, and then he woke up Yasuka to check it out. But there was some lights in the forest, and we went and checked it out, and Mako was being even more sus and was making strange potions at night that he claimed were anti-venom potions, but his ingredients were literally just poison. So
I forgot about that.
So yeah, needless to say, keep an eye on Mako. Between him wanting to go into the water for no reason and making poisons, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is bad news. And yeah, that catches us up. So I would assume we start sometime in the morning, because we did like go back to bed, but again, we are keeping a close eye on Mako. So yeah, he's not going to be able to so much as scratch his bum without us noticing.
After you so rudely ruined his potion.
Oh sure, yes, that I believe him.
I hope y'all don't run into any venomous creatures on this island full of dinosaurs. Who knows? Who knows?
You know, if we need anti-venom potions, Sunbeam can make them. We don't need Mako to be creeping around at night being a weirdo.
But the sunbeams glow green. That's the real question.
That's true. We do need glow sticks. I will give him that.
Yeah.
We need glow sticks for our rave.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, the sun rises. The rest of the night, as stated before, passes without event, and the sun rises. As you look out onto the water, you see a beautiful scene of the sun rising out of the water. Looks like the ocean is on fire. And who's on the last watch? I forgot.
I don't remember who was supposed to be on watch after PPOP. Probably Manawa Nui, or not Manawa Nui.
Akalupu?
Or yes, Manawa Nui. I told you guys I'm already forgetting everyone's names.
Okay.
All right, Starfire is gonna stand on the raft and look at the ocean and be like, "That ocean's on fire."
Should turn that into a song that really slaps.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I feel like ocean is too long of a word. Maybe, if you like anthropomorphized it a bit, people call the ocean a she. You could say like that girl, referring to the ocean, is on fire.
You're like totally right, and people like songs about like hot girls and stuff, so that seems perfect.
Thank you. I do try. All right. We should probably wake up the rest of the crew. I don't like being on this beach.
Yeah, we did sort of get attacked by like a giant dinosaur last time. But evidently there's like weird things in the trees, and then there were like the noises we heard last night of like giant like stompy guys, so that's kind of like, concerning too.
I agree. Well, I'm gonna go wake up PPOP.
All right, and I will point out that Yasuka is standing 2 feet away from Mako.
He slept soundly through the night. Yasuka
Good.
did not notice any more disturbance. In fact, he was still as a rock.
Oh, well, we need to kill this guy.
Hey, listen. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with him. He's just a very deep.
Can we just tie him to a rock and sacrifice him to the dinosaur? Like, by the beach, do that whole thing where you tie, the virgin to the rock. This guy's definitely, screams virgin to me. Tie him to a rock, let the Elasmosauruses eat him, and then we don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I vote Akalupu at least like ties him up and like wears him like a backpack.
I agree.
Akalupu's gonna tie him up and wear him as
Is
a backpack.
Akalupu awake?
Not yet.
He's dreaming this.
He's dreaming this.
He's already like he's already like pre-cogitating it, working through the kinks in his dream state.
Well, Manawanui's gonna go up to PPOP and say, "Hey, we should get up and probably start leaving." Gonna kind of nudge him awake.
Huh? What? Who? Kill? What?
Yasuka is like sleeping leaned against, or not Yasuka, sorry. Sunbeam is sleeping leaned against PPOP.
I was just saying we should probably get off this beach as early as possible.
Oh, it's you. I was just in the middle of a crazy dream. Akalupu was wearing somebody as a backpack. He tried to stab us.
That's weird. Huh. Well, anywho, I'm gonna start getting stuff together. Oh my gosh, not PPOP. Manawanui.
I told you, we're all forgetting the names already.
You're not wrong. I listened to our session, and you think that would help bring back No, not at all. Anywho, so Manawanui is gonna start getting things ready to go. Also around this time, you see Macau. What did I name this guy?
Mako.
Mako. Macau is a place in China. Mako is gonna get up. He's gonna kind of stretch, look around.
Yasuka is hefting a rope and very menacingly staring directly into his eyes.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You slept well.
I did.
Are you feeling good and refreshed, ready for a long day of hiking?
Well, we probably should head out soon. We must make it through the forest out to the main village before the sun disappears behind the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's go see how much of the dinosaur meat we can, like, save for later and carry with us. And then, yeah, we should be, like, ready to head out.
All right.
She's going to move away from him, but only in so much as he is also going the correct direction.
Yeah, he's walking along with her.
All right.
Meanwhile, this lady's been sleeping in here for a while. Is everyone else kind of getting up and about?
Well, Akalupa, there is the smell of cooking meat now.
Yeah.
Yes, Akalupu does wake up to the smell of cooking meat after like half sleepwalking over to the meat before he wakes up, but he does get there eventually.
Alrighty. So PPOP. My gosh, Mono Anui, definitely not PPOP. Mono Anui, is going to be busy kind of cutting off little slabs of meat, kind of like thin, so they can dry out and become jerky eventually. You see Macau kind of going up to weird organs in the Elasmosaurus and making small holes while collecting some of the liquids that are inside.
All right, Yasuka is going to, after he collects, well, what is he collecting them in?
That's a great question. He's collecting them in little clay jars that has this weird sort of moss that's attached to the back of like some wood that he puts over the top of it.
Cool. All right. Yasuka is going to confiscate all the jars after he's done.
Okay. I don't know if they'd be much help to you, but
Don't worry, I'll keep them for you so that you don't have to carry so much.
oh, why, thank you. You people are too kind.
Yeah. She's gonna lean over and whisper in PPOP's ear and be like, "Don't trust this guy for like a second."
Oh, don't worry. PPOP's gonna creep over very slowly and then whisper in Mako's ear, "I will cut you."
Oh, goodness, you're quite a quiet fellow.
And then disappear behind the rocks into the bush.
While yelling smoke bomb.
Now you see me, now you don't. Shazam!
Well, he's going to continue his gathering of various parts and liquids of the Elasmosaurus, and he'll be handing them to Yasuka. It's so gracious as to offer help to him.
Oh yeah, she's got those nice saddlebags. Lots of room for storage there.
Yeah, the only reason why. All right. So does anybody else do anything
Yeah, Blackrock's
of note in the morning?
Once Akalupu has had a few Elasmosaurus steaks and seems to be slowing down, Blackrock is gonna come over to Akalupu and be like, can you help me pull the boat further on shore so it doesn't wash away at high tide or whatever?
Akalupu can do that. So Akalupu is going to help with that. Akalupu is also helping with like the preparing of the food. He's not only eating it.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't.
All right, so we're gonna make sure that the boat is secured, where it's like further on the beach, and not in. Well, I don't know. We could. That's probably too heavy to drag all the way on ground. We're gonna pull it up onto the beach where even high tide is lower than it, and then we're gonna use a rope and tie it to like a big boulder or something if we can.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
All right.
While you're doing that, oh
yeah, I was just gonna say that Sunbeam is going to go through the boat, collect any pertinent supplies. Sunbeam actually has like a huge amount of strength and a perk that lets her carry a lot. So she's kind of the pun intended pack horse.
nice. All right. While you're doing that, you hear some clattering and stumbling around as you see this lady whose name you still have not ascertained.
We're just calling her Captain
stumble,
Lady.
Yeah, the Captain Lady. Stumble out of the hut there, conspicuously carrying a few jars full of something.
Yeah, definitely not alcoholic.
Definitely not.
Sunbeam is going to offer her one of her patented hangover smoothies, which was established to be a thing last game. Because PPOP got drunk and almost got us lost on the ocean, but then the next morning was like totally immediately fine and able to figure out where we were.
That's right. When you're drinking as much as I have, you'll find it's the hair of the dog that's the best, she says with no explanation as to what that means, and walks away.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Does anyone else like want a smoothie or whatever?
Akalupu looks over like he would have some, but then like he like opens his mouth to say he wants some, but then just like entire steak almost comes out of his mouth, and he just like shuts it again.
All right. Well, the other unicorns will accept smoothies. They can't exactly eat the Elasmosaurus meat anyway.
Akalupu is also looking suspiciously like Shaggy right now after having so much meat that he literally doesn't have to stop because there's so much.
I think you mean Scruffy.
Scruffy never got that chance.
You're not wrong.
That you could have eaten some of the rotting flesh that was available. You did eat a lot of chocolate pudding.
This is true.
Alrighty. Well, Mako's gonna kind of look up at the sun, put his hand above like the mountain, kind of measuring something. But well, we better get going.
Yeah, we know we have to like get there before the shadow of the sun hits the mountain or whatever. You told us already.
Yes. So he's gonna start kind of trekking up this way a little bit.
All right, Akalupu, it is backpack time, I believe.
His backpack time.
Yes. Akalupu is just gonna like come up behind him with the rope and just.
Does he have
tie
any
him up.
pointy objects on him, Mako?
Oh, not that you can see.
All
You
right.
haven't like restricted it.
Well,
I
after
guess.
Akalupu ties him up, he's gonna like pat him down.
Want to give me a
I think that'd be perception.
yes. Do you want to give me a perception check?
Yes. I got a 14.
PPOP.
Look at something real quick. You do not find anything.
PPOP,
Oh,
do
get
you
out of
wanna?
the way. You don't know how to do a strip search to save your life.
You're gonna kick his heels apart, have him assume the position.
And I rolled a 23.
A 23?
Yes.
Alright, so upon further inspection, you do find a dagger, hidden dagger.
Yeah, just as I suspected.
It
I
kind of
should
looks
cut
like
you
a
with
paring
your own
knife.
dagger.
It looks like a
What'd
what?
you say?
So it's like a paring, so it's kind of short, round and curved. What are those called? I think it's
Like what Thomas has, where it looks like a tiger claw almost.
kind of, except it's more thick. It's like what they use to cut dates open.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. Yeah. So it's very small. So reasonable that Akalupu would have missed it.
Am I familiar with this type of blade?
Oh, what's it made of?
I was gonna say the only thing that you that is standing out about the weapon, even though it's very small, it's made of this very strange, hard rock. To the best of your knowledge,
Is it shiny?
it is shiny.
Nice. Well, that's a score for PPOP.
I was gonna say, if you want, you can add that to your inventory.
Oh,
What-
yeah, I'm
what-
confiscating that.
What equivalent material is it? Is it equivalent to stone, bone, or metal?
It's equivalent to metal,
Okay, cool. So let me just
but I don't
check
think it all
you.
like
So-
quite run into any metal.
I mean, Genie was made of metal.
Oh, he was.
And the key that you guys used to activate him was made of metal.
That's right.
Now, we don't know it as metal necessarily.
But if you were to look at it and think hard, like, man, that kind of looks like that stuff that Genie was made out of.
Nice. All right, so that has a 0% break chance. So definitely
Yeah.
big score.
Big score.
Exactly. If you hadn't made that connection, I was still going to have you roll, but it just wasn't ever going to break. Anything. All right. So, do you gag him, or do you just tie him up?
I'm gonna give him a little nick behind the ear, just as a warning.
Roll for damage. Oh, you cut his head off.
You accidentally nick his femoral artery, and he dies. Or I guess it is jugular. Anyway, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
This'll teach you to conceal weapons from me.
I wasn't concealing it.
That's
Why?
2 strikes. You know what 3 strikes means.
What? Strikes?
Yes, strikes.
Why?
Haven't you ever heard of stickball?
Yeah,
Stick rock?
coconut stick ball.
Coconut, stick, base, diamond.
What? He's just gonna give you a very strange look.
All right, well, he's about to be a
suffice say, if you
backpack.
screw up again, you won't be screwing up anymore after that.
What? Why have you? Whoa. Sorry. Is no one gonna ask her why he's been tied up, or just kind of like ignore?
He hasn't
his-
been, I don't. Oh, you have tied him up already. That's right.
Yeah, Akalupu's tied him up.
From like 20 feet away. Very impressive. 30 feet away.
Oh my god.
Akalupu, he just launched, man. He launched himself.
He's so good with those ropes. He just uses them like a bullwhip, right? Just whoosh, and it just wraps him up and ties him up perfectly.
Akalupu, are you just like,
Nope, Akalupu's just gonna do it.
I mean, this guy obviously knows why we're tying him up. He was trying to create poison, and then we found a dagger on his person. I mean,
you found a dagger after you tied him up, to be fair.
Yeah. I don't see how that makes it better.
Also, I don't know why a dagger is suspicious. Y'all are literally hunter-gatherers.
No, there's a lot of things about this guy suspicious. Akalupu's not gonna waste
a
his
very
breath.
sharp, very hard, shiny dagger. I mean, maybe he didn't want us to take it from him, but I don't trust this guy.
All right, are we ready to like head out? Yasuka.
Yeah. Are we gonna leave anybody with the ship?
No. Yes, let's leave.
Nah.
Let's leave Captain Lady with the ship so she can get eaten by the next Elasmosaurus that comes by.
Don't worry about. I'm sure it's not a common occurrence.
The
Sammy!
plan wasn't to leave any of the ponies with the ship or anything, right?
Huh? What?
I said the plan wasn't to like leave any of the ponies or
I don't
anything with
remember
the
as
ship.
far as that.
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I just couldn't remember if we wanted to do that to like control our party size.
Well, I assume that we're gonna leave the ponies at like the village that is hopefully not full of other crazy people like Mako.
Yeah. Just as long as we don't have to fight anything between then and now.
I'm sure everything is going to be fine, Mono Nui says as she intrepidly walks down the path.
All right.
Akalupu
Also,
will-
Abe, you are in control of Sammy, by the way.
Oh,
That's the
I-
boat.
forgot about that.
All right.
Mono
So
Nui, take caution. It's a bottleneck ahead.
Are we just gonna? Yeah. Alrighty. So as you venture into the forest, you see, it actually turns out to be quite a dense.
we are gonna ask Mako which way to the village, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I kind of forgot. I got tied up. Makao's gonna point. All right, well, just head up that road, cross this bridge, then we'll.
Does he have
Get
to
there.
have Akalupu turn around so he can point?
Well, I assume his arms are tied up, so he's kind of just gesturing with his head.
I assumed he was just kind of like a backpack, just like hanging.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, Akalupu has
Akalupu, you
his
tied him
hands
up.
tied together, so like he can't do anything too much with them. He could definitely like point a general direction.
Oh, so it's like his arms are in the front of Akalupu.
No, he is a backpack, so they are
No,
both
he's a
back to
backpack, so
back.
he's turned around, but he has his
Oh.
wrists tied together, so he can't like
Okay,
do
like
too
behind
much.
his back or in front of him?
Probably in front of him, so he can still gesture. He also has like wrapped a bag or
he's
something
going to,
around
like,
his hands, so he can't like
gesture,
use
like-
his fingers to.
Like flopping his arms in a certain way. Yeah, just follow the path. But like I said before, be careful.
PPOP is gonna walk ahead a little bit and check the bridge for traps.
All right,
wanna roll
Yasuka
perception?
will join in scouting.
Would you like to roll perception?
Yes.
I don't
24.
wanna.
It is a bridge.
All
To
right,
the best
look safe.
of your ability.
I don't
All of a
sense
sudden,
any
the bridge
traps.
transforms into another Elasmosaurus.
No,
Roll for it.
it's actually a ditto. Could just
It is. Anyway, all right. So as you travel through the path that goes through the woods, you note that this is a very densely jungled but also rocky, like steep in terrain island so far. And well, you come. Oh, I should probably forgot I had to add folks. Hold on.
Ooh, it's pretty.
My gosh, why are they not being add?
That's a good question, because all I see right now is Chi-Chi.
I know, I added Chi-Chi, but I can't, I'm trying to add, like... There we go. Oop. Oh, it's coming.
Well, Yasuka
I
will be
figured-
up in front with PPOP to continue being the vanguard, scout things out.
All right, and as you approach a gorge, or yeah, it's a very shallow gorge. You hear sound of fast-moving water. Did I add everybody? Did I forget someone?
The captain's not here,
Oh,
and Mako's not here.
Mako's on Akalu.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. One less token to move.
You're not wrong. Already.
Also, what's her face? Yeah, there we go. She's there now.
I realized I only added Chi-Chi, and I was like, whoops.
Yeah. Whoops, forgot Sammy. Sammy fell off the
Alrighty.
bridge.
Yeah. Turns out the bridge actually wasn't as safe. It just took the most weakest person. Alrighty.
And then one thing you can do to make that easier is you can actually copy between maps. So you could like drag select the whole group on the last map, Control C, come to this map, Control V.
That is actually something pretty awesome that I think I shall do in the future. Alrighty. So, PPOP and Yasuka, you're scouting ahead, right?
Yeah. Should we roll
Y'all are kinda
perception?
Yes, why don't you... Yes.
All right, Yasuka got a 12. It's all on you, PPOP.
17.
Alrighty. So, you see a broken bridge. Across, you see several sturdy trees and what appears to be a barrel washed up right there.
Loot.
I bet we could get across with, fashion a rope bridge.
Yeah,
Of course,
or we
We
could
could also
like
just fly.
could we like cut down one of the trees on like the side and just like run it over? That could work too. I don't know how thick these trees are.
Well, those big, thick trees are mostly over on the far bank.
Okay.
Like these are still trees, but they're like middling trees. Like you could cut them down, I guess, lash enough of them together.
Nah, that seems like way more than is warranted.
Set up a logging camp.
Exactly. This is just our life now. We're woodsmen.
Kind of a logging village right here.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. So what if we like tied a rope on one end to one of the trees here, and then like someone tries to jump across, and we'll tie the rope to them so that they don't get washed away if like they fall in the water.
Yasuka, can't you fly across?
Yeah, but that's like not something the GM thought of, so I'm trying to avoid that thought.
The GM didn't think of it. Okay? Just hold on. Hold course. As you're talking, you see the group catches up, and you hear shouts coming from the back of Akalupu's back. Don't fly if you value your life.
Yeah, that.
But it's kind of muffled because, it's facing the other direction. And also, Makao is much smaller than Akalupu, so he's got a lot more, like, meaty muscle mass that kind of blocks the sound, so it's much more like, don't
Akalupu is just annoying him by like sticking his fingers in his mouth. That's what's going on.
Basically.
What happens if we fly?
Terrible, terrible beasts that roam the top of these ravines.
Yeah, but what if we flew like really low, so it was basically like a jump but longer?
They're terrible, terrible beasts that roam these ravines.
Anyway,
I suppose if you did it very sneakily, you could. Like, it had to be extremely quiet not to alert the terrible flying creatures.
Better not risk it.
You could roll a stealth and see.
Sunbeam's gonna be like, I could use my crossbow to like. Why are the squares bigger than our tokens? The pony tokens are small for some reason.
Dude, they are. That's weird.
Could you? I can't resize them. Could you do that
That
real
is
quick?
weird. Yeah, because like for the people,
Yeah, it's just the ponies for some reason when they got added to the scene are too small. But if you just select them and then drag on the corner, you just pop it to the grid. Perfect. So like we could use my crossbow and I could like shoot an arrow with a rope attached to one of the trees over there. As long as it sticks in enough, it should hold someone's weight and then they could tie it up properly.
I don't have a better plan. Let's do it.
All right. Sunbeam's gonna go up. She's gonna take her big old friggin' crossbow because it's like, it's not quite a ballista, but it's getting there.
it's
And
large.
yeah, she's gonna attach a rope to one of the bolts and try to shoot one of the trees on the other side.
Would you like to give me a
An attack roll.
yes, probably an attack roll,
All right.
just to see if it hits?
18.
That does hit. You shoot your crossbow, and you hear a very satisfying thwunk as the arrow lodges itself into the tree.
Cool. All right. Who's the lightest here other than Sammy? Because I don't know if we necessarily want Sammy by herself on the other side of the bridge.
Manawanui, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want Manawanui by himself on the other side of the bridge.
PvOP?
But Sunbeam is gonna kind of like pull on the rope and see if it feels secure.
It feels very secure. Or it feels secure, I should say.
All right. It feels pretty like secure and stuff. So if like someone wants to go over, not you, Akalupu, someone smaller, we will obviously tie the other end of the rope to you just in case, so we can pull you up if the arrow comes unstuck.
Yeah, I'll go. And I am going to try tightrope walk across.
Alrighty, roll acrobatics.
21.
You successfully tightrope across.
It's more of a slack line. Rope's not
Oh.
that tight, but you know.
Even more impressive.
See all that
Alright.
slack lining back on Chris, we didn't have ropes before. I guess you've been slacklining on the raft.
I just have good overall balance and acrobatic ability.
That is true.
So I'm going
Yasuka's
to
gonna be like, that's so hot.
I'm gonna hop off and take a bow on the other side.
Yasuka
Thank
would
you.
clap, but she doesn't have hands.
What's the horse equivalent of clapping?
It's knocking her hooves together, I guess.
Like,
It's like
stomping
that.
on the foot.
It sounds like. Oh, actually, yeah. I guess it would be kind of like stomping.
Okay, PPOP's gonna untie the rope and secure it to a tree, so there's no risk of dislodging using a fancy knot that Pa showed me how to make. He said something about fisherman's knot.
Is Akalupu taking notes?
Akalupu's definitely taking notes.
Alrighty. You have successfully tied the rope to a tree.
All right, and then we're gonna tie it to another tree on our side. Are any of the trees on our side like sturdy enough that would work?
This one is. Well, yeah. Did it come up? Yeah, that one is, but it's a little far. It's definitely going to be a much tighter rope than it was before. So let's give. Let me see. Does anybody remember how long your rope was?
A standard length, I think, is 50 feet, and Akalupu has made a number of those.
Yeah.
Let me see. Gear. Akalupu, have you actually added the rope to your inventory?
Probably not.
Well, if not, you did also find a 40-foot rope at the village.
Let's see. Yeah, the rope is 50 feet. Like a single rope item is 50 feet. So we should have plenty.
Yeah. Akalupu's been making rope like a madman. He just does it in his sleep. He's like your mom, except not crocheting, but
Exactly, just weaving rope.
yes, as he sleeps. Like.
All right. Well, the unicorns can't really use a rope. Again, no hands. Unless they want to turn into their human form. How far is this gap? 15 feet? A pretty easy jump for the unicorns. Especially given their move speed, so they get kind of a bonus for the run up. So they're gonna do like running jumps.
And they could probably like tie a rope to them just in case.
Yeah. They'll
they can be pulled back up from the other side.
Yeah, they'll do that. They'll like tie the rope to themselves, hand the other end to Akalupu. Akalupu could pull a horse out of the water if he needs to.
Yeah.
And are they doing anything particular when they jump, or they're just jumping?
They're doing a running start, which is going to give them a bonus to their distance.
Okay.
Let me see. We haven't had to really do much jumping so far, so I forget what the DC is. All right. Yeah, they can easily make a 15-foot leap. You land a space, which you mean to. Okay, so basically, given the distance, they can do this without even rolling. Because 15 feet, they don't even need to roll for that, given their move speed.
Yeah.
So they don't even do the rope. They're just that confident.
So they're jumping from here to here.
They're jumping. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So 20 feet. And then with the 30-foot move speed, you can do a 15-foot gap for free. They have a 40-foot move speed, so they can do that 20 for free.
Cool names.
They're just going to jump across.
So as Sunbeam jumps, you notice, whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm putting her back. I'm putting her back.
whoa. You hear the remnants of this bridge kind of groan.
Well, that's not good.
Akalupu votes. Oh, by the way, Akalupu is gonna go across the rope, so he's on the other side.
And you just like monkey barring, or I don't know, sidling across.
Yep.
Okay.
Shimmy, shimmy, shake.
Okay.
All right. Well, given that, somebody's gonna be like, you guys, y'all like probably need to be careful because like this bridge seems to be like breaking. So the other unicorns are gonna try a 30-foot jump. Which, let's see, what is the DC for that? So that's gonna be athletics. They need a 5 or better on their athletics.
As long as we don't catastrophically fail.
Yeah. All right.
I think
We can't hear you, Anna. By the way.
she was saying Akalupu could tie a rope. to
Oh,
them.
I was saying that Akalupu is on this side, so that if they want to have like a rope tied to them, he can pull them up on the correct side.
Yeah, I think that's what we do. So we'll like toss. You can toss one end of the rope over to the unicorns, and they'll tie it on just in case.
Yeah.
All right. So Yasuka has a +7 to athletics, so she automatically succeeds. So she's not even gonna bother with the rope. She's gonna, jump over and do a look at me kind of face.
Hold on, we just gotta roll something real quick. All right.
All right. BlackRock has a 1 in athletics. She's gonna roll. She got a 15. And then Starfire
Cool.
has a +9 in athletics, so she also succeeds automatically.
All right. They jump over with no event, nothing whatsoever. Nothing ominous happened.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Did Akalupu settle across with Markel on his back? Okay.
He's wearing him as a back.
I know. It just makes a difference. As you went across, you heard the rope creak an awful lot. But you are also Akalupu carrying another fully grown person.
Hey, GM, there are only NPCs on the other side.
You are not incorrect. Alright, so we're just going to do this. Plus 4. And is it, this is just the rope that's tied across, is that correct?
So what?
I
Is it
don't know
just
what
the
you're
rope
talking
that's tied
about.
across? That the people are crossing?
Well, that's up to you.
Probably.
Okay.
Also, Anna, you're still muted. We're only hearing you across Abe's mic.
It's up to you.
No, I was asking because I know Akalupu's holding a rope. I don't know if it's this rope or is it a different rope.
Oh, he's holding a different rope.
Okay.
And
alright.
now-
Because they don't want to like unattach and reattach that rope.
Just making. Oh no. Okay. So, oh wait, never mind. I rolled too many dice, so everything is actually fine. All right, everybody makes it across safely.
All right.
Nothing spicy happened.
Nothing happened.
So that barrel, how is it? I guess, well, Yasuka is going to go look at it to start with.
It's a barrel. It's washed up against the shore. It's kind of like been caught in this little inlet of the river. So the river's flowing, but it's kind of wedged right here.
So does it have metal hoops?
It has rope hoops.
Okay.
Impressive.
It is impressive.
It is very impressive.
They're very, very distinct style of Coopers here.
These people are like really good at making ropes because those are like strong as heck.
Yeah, Akalupu wants to study those ropes.
PPOP, do you want me to like lower you down and you can like snatch that guy?
Yeah.
Right, how far down is that cliff?
It's about 15 feet. But there is a more gradual slope right here if you wanted to walk or like
Okay,
try
so
and climb down.
that seems like a good plan. Spider horse.
Spider horse. Spider horse.
Of course, I guess you don't even care about the the grade of the cliff with your spider climb ring.
No, I do
Oh,
not.
that's right. I was gonna say, I was like, hey, did you want to like roll for climbing or something? But you're basically Spider-Man.
Yeah, he has a climb speed, meaning that he could just do it.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't worried about tightrope walking. If I fell, I would catch myself.
That is true.
All right. Are you going to like try and throw up the barrel, or how are you going to get that barrel up? Because it's about
Yeah,
the size
how
of
heavy
the
is it?
It feels like there's a bunch of it's about like 30 pounds.
And is it like an easy to open barrel? Can I just like look at what's inside?
Akalupu can just like throw a rope down.
I was gonna say you're standing currently in mud, right? And you're on a very, very thin bank on a very rapid river. It's kind of amazing that the barrel managed to get stuck where it did.
Okay, yeah, toss down some
you
rope.
could.
I'll rig it up.
Yeah,
Alright.
Akalupu's gonna do that. Whoosh.
The rope has
I
been
will.
thrown down.
Tie it around the bottom of the barrel and give the rope a little bit of a tug.
Knock Akalupu into the water. Akalupu pulls the barrel up.
Alrighty. You have a barrel.
Smash it open.
Gonna try to look in the barrel.
You open the barrel and you see it's
How do
full
we
of what
open
looks
it?
like- it's just the top. You can just lift the top up.
That's not how barrels
kinda-
work.
No. So okay, it's very similar to the way that it's got a lid to it. That's very similar to what you saw Knockout using, right? So it's got a wood top, but it's got sort of this dry moss on the bottom.
Yeah, but
Or-
for
or
a
you
barrel
put a crowbar or
to
something to
for a
open it,
barrel
right?
to hold its shape, the
Yeah.
side pieces are holding the top and bottom in place. So
Yeah.
you need either
No,
a
it-
special tool or to break it to get it open.
So okay, here's my conception, right? There's a barrel. Here's the top of the barrel. What did you do?
You need to like get the water off the presents.
What the?
I'm sorry. I thought the basil was thirsty.
I was trying to destroy the Christmas presents I got her.
You just hate Christmas.
She does.
Definitely, it's not like my favorite season or anything.
Specifically, she hates getting her presents.
Exactly. All right, well, we will concede that this barrel is easily opened by hand, and we will do so.
It's got a magic door in the top where like the outside of like the door part is still there, but then it's got like
So what I thought,
In the
right,
top.
is that you have like the circle, right, which is the lid of the barrel, which is the top of the barrel, And then you've got on top of that barrel, cut out in a small circle, that was the lid. That was my understanding.
Okay, how does the lid stay in place?
What are you saying? It's like at the moss that like
Yeah.
kind of like friction fits it.
Yeah, sticky moss. I like sticky
Yeah.
moss.
So it's like a primitive adhesive, like
Yeah, it was like
almost like
yeah.
a clay-like moss.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more like a rubber seal, except with moss. But yeah.
Nice. All right.
Either way,
I like
the
it.
dirt house is open, and there are
PPOP,
Hey,
are you gonna
Bob?
climb back up?
Yes.
Oh, also, are you in horse form or human form at this point? Just curious.
I'm still in human form.
Cool. All right. What's in the barrel?
so.
It's a bunch of rabid monkeys.
It's full
It's a
of
bunch-
angry ferrets.
A bunch of black rocks, little black rocks, with what appears to be black rocks. They're kind of, yeah, they're a very odd looking rock. If you pick it up, it feels kind of trying
Can-
to describe the texture.
Can Sunbeam roll to identify it?
I don't know if they have it on Pony Island. It's kind of chalky in consistency.
It's definitely not gunpowder, guys.
Definitely not.
Does Captain Lady recognize it?
Oh yeah. Captain
She
Lady
looks
comes
very
over.
excited. She looks very excited.
Oi, you got a barrel of boom powder there.
It's just a bunch of something that wouldn't be useful to you. It's just it's very flammable. That's you like it and things go oof. You probably wouldn't need it. I'll just take that from you.
So wouldn't we be able to like use that in your? Because we have a barrel of gunpowder already that we stole from her boat.
Oh, that's right. And
So-
you'll have a cannon.
We
Yeah.
do.
Oh
So-
my god, you guys are just like building up the supply.
So Sunbeam is gonna be like, couldn't we use that in like the? You told us about the boom tube that we had in the rowboat.
Hey, my boom tube.
Yeah, sure.
Keep your hands off my boom tube.
Yeah, scallions. She's gonna kind of reach her hand in there, kind of like, silly spirifying the bit. But oh, what's this? And she pulls out a white stone that has 3 pictures on it.
Akalupa wants the stone.
Does Akalupa just come and like take it?
No, but he's standing very close, so if anybody else tries to pocket it, he can take it. He's gonna let people look at it first.
All right, hold on.
But it's gonna go in his collection of shiny rocks.
Give me in moments. All right, the first, I gotta pull it up. The first picture, carved onto it. Looks like that.
It's a tornado.
It is a very crude drawing. Well, you know, we'll give the other pictures and then we'll see. The second picture. It's got like a arrow from that pointing to this other picture.
And then when you have time, so obviously not right now, can you add these to a note in our journals so that we can reference them later?
Yes. Sorry. And then the third picture. Cordelia. That since find out ahead of you, I would have had this all set up. Cordelia, come here. Okay, there we go. All right, and the third picture is that.
Oh wow, they just like changed artists.
All three are done by the same artist. Don't worry about it. All right.
The first picture took 1 second, the second picture took 1 minute, and the third picture took 1 week.
Legit.
All right. And then I'm going to add these. You said to the handout?
Yeah, you don't need to do it right now, but eventually, if you could add it to a handout and put it in our journals just so that we could reference it later. I'm assuming it's important.
Maybe.
And also, after that third picture, I think Akalupu is like doubly definitely stealing the rock.
Yes.
Nah. There we go. All right.
And then on the third
right.
picture, that stuff that's out of frame, is that like actually not
Relevant?
in the picture?
It's not very relevant.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that we weren't like missing something important on it.
No, you would not want to see the 1 minute renditioning of that picture. And it should. Can you all see that? It should be in your notes.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay.
Or
All
no,
right.
that's not in our handouts. What did you name it?
Mysterious note.
note. I see it.
It's not showing. Oh, there it is. Could you drag it down to the handouts section? So if you mouse over like the left side of the text, there should be like a little 3 pips that show up, and then you can drag it to another section.
There we go. Should be there now.
Here, let me refresh. Nice. All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right.
And then
We need
the
to
mysterious
see all of
note
them.
does
I
only
see
have
one.
1 picture.
Oh, what? That's weird. That will be fixed later, I swear.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Now we
Cool.
only see the one of something pouring out of something. Anyway,
okay.
no worries.
I will get that fixed before it's relevant. Don't worry about it.
I can show you
Alright.
how to make it look really pretty later.
Okay.
Yaska's to be like, hey, PPOP, let's like scout around real quick just to see if there's any other loot before we move on.
Good idea. I'll take the right side of the path.
All right. I'm gonna roll some more
Wow.
perception checks.
Yes, sir.
'23.
All right, and 16 for Yasuka.
Alrighty. And is Jessica checking out? I'm sorry, where's Jessica checking out?
Left side.
The left side? Alrighty. So you do not see anything to the right or to the... You do see something to the left, actually. You hear some rustling in the bushes. But that's about it.
Alright, Yasuka's gonna do her, like, I don't know, her bird call that she uses to tell PPOP that she's found something.
Hoo-dee-hoo!
Caw! Caw!
Okay, I'm gonna come back over and help investigate. What's up?
I heard, like, something rustling in those bushes.
Okay, let's take a
You're
closer
coming
look.
from, like, up here.
Be
I
on
assume
your
that's
guard.
kind of where you're looking.
Yeah. Alright, so
Okay,
guards are
I'm
up,
gonna-
weapons are out.
Yeah, weapons out, sneaking closer, getting a closer look.
Roll stealth, I guess?
As I say, are you doing it this quietly, or you
Yes.
just... Okay, so why don't you roll some stealth checks?
30. Dang.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right, you walk up to it completely unnoticed, and no, there we go. Hello, there we go. You see, how do I make something big?
Shift Z.
What? Oh, Shift Z, not Control Z.
Yeah.
You see this guy, just kind of eating some twigs, eating some not twigs, bugs, some grass. Yeah, just picking at the ground.
Oh, he's so cute.
His mother definitely isn't nearby and going to eat us.
You don't
That's probably
see
smart.
anything else. You just see him.
I'm gonna sneak back away to try not to disturb it.
Did you find anything?
Just a little baby dinosaur.
Aww.
It's so cute.
That is, like, totally adorable. I guess we should, like, I don't know, shoo it away or something. Like, its mother is probably worried about him if he's, like, wandering around by himself.
Maybe we better not get involved.
Well, he's kind of, like, right by the path we have to go on, so I'm not sure how we really, like, avoid that. He's gonna be scared if he sees, like, this whole group, and especially, like, Clomp and Akalupu.
That makes sense. Maybe we can get him to run this way, away from the path.
You said he was, like, eating leaves. What if we, like, got a branch and then, like, you know, did, like, a carrot on a stick kind of thing?
I think you should do it. You look more friendly than I do.
She does actually have a perk for that. Forget what it's called, but it's like harmlessly adorable or something like harmlessly cute. All right.
What does that do?
Gain a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative checks when you roll for deception or initiative.
Nice.
All right. So we're gonna try. Is there any like fruit on any of the trees around here, or like a bush or something?
You see a berry bush on the right side of the path. Got some red berries on it.
All right. So, PPOB, cut off one of those branches with your brand new knife thingy.
Got him.
How well does the knife cut? Is it just like...
It is very sharp. It cuts very, very well. Like you just cut
Magic.
through like yeah.
Man, I'll need to take a closer look at this knife when I get a chance. It cut through that wood like butter.
Yeah. We don't even have like materials that are that like fancy on Silicon Valley.
Maybe we'll ask Mako later when he's feeling a little bit more helpful.
Yeah. All right, so Yasuka is gonna kind of like sneak up to here-ish. And then
Already.
she's gonna use her magic to float the berry branch kind of over here.
It's gonna look at the berry branch, go kind of like twist its head to the side, kind of sniff at it a little bit.
She's gonna float it a little bit further away. Very
It's gonna hop
slowly.
that way.
She's gonna let it
Gonna kinda-
nibble a couple berries.
It is. It is going to nibble. It's gonna also sniff the air. Kind of like keep sniffing the air, and then you see its head kind of turn towards this direction with its nose. Kind of hop that way, as if it smells something interesting that way.
Yasuka's gonna try to move to here.
Gonna keep on sniffing, walking
It's
this way.
not working.
Gonna start it's not really looking, it's more just kind of following its nose.
So its eyes are closed because I think it can see us now.
It does, but it doesn't seem too perturbed. It seems to be much more interested in what it smells, overcoming whatever fear it may have.
This guy has like no sense of self-preservation.
Gonna keep on walking. It's gonna kind of like bump Sammy out of the way. It's gonna start sniffing Akalupu's butt flack.
You're muted again, Anna.
There you go. Akalupu is going to like step away from him, like.
It's gonna follow you. It's gonna keep sniffing you.
Where did we want this guy to go?
I think we just want him to like not be near us. So what if we just like, I don't know, leash him to a tree kind of gently so he can get out after like a few minutes of pulling, but long enough that we can like get away from him?
Akalupu thinks that's a good idea.
While you were talking, it's going to bite down on Mako's foot.
Akalupu likes this thing. Akalupu is going to pull out a piece of jerky and give it to the dinosaur.
The dinosaur's going to release the foot and eat the jerky.
Wait, this thing's a carnivore?
It's
That's
an omnivore.
concerning.
Very, very greedily and quickly going to eat up the jerky. And I kind of just look back at Akalupu.
Akalupu is going to smile at this little thing.
All right, Akalupu, if you like want to keep it as a pet or whatever, that's fine. But if it comes back to bite someone other than, Mako in the butt, that's on you.
Let's see. Where is...
It's going to bite Mako on the foot again while waiting for jerky.
Mako, pull your foot out of the way.
He's trying to pull his foot out of its mouth, but it's got a very strong grip.
What if you roll to like try to train an animal or something like that?
There used to be a skill for that, for animal husbandry. I think they must have changed that.
I think. Let me see.
Did you take a feat for it or something?
I did.
And that'll tell us what we need to roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look.
Well, Akalupu is just gonna like
train animal. Let's see. Either yada yada yada. Alright, you spend time training a certain to do a certain action. You can select the basic. 1, 2, yada. Or attempt to teach it. The GM determines the DC of any check required and the amount of time it takes, usually at least a week. It is usually impossible to teach an animal trick that uses critical thinking. If you're an expert or a master or legendary in nature, you might be able to train. Okay, so nature. Why don't you do a nature roll?
I don't know. Akalupu. I don't know. He's cute, but he's gonna eat a lot of Akalupu's meat. So Akalupu's just gonna like take a large handful of jerky and like throw it into the woods.
It's going to chase after the jerky and eat it.
Let's go.
All right, we're just gonna leave.
So
Sure that it's not gonna like hunt us down or anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it's not going to learn like biting people in the foot gets it jerky. That's not the lesson it's going to take from this. All right. So, as you, I did switch already. So, as you guys travel through the woods, it's pretty uneventful. You do hear monstrous noises coming from the woods, but you don't go in the woods. Or I don't know. Do you go in the woods?
No.
Okay.
Unless PPOP wants to stealth in there and just like see if he can scope out something without, risking too much.
No, that seems like a.
All right, cool. So yeah, we are not going in the woods.
Wait, size. So they're correct size. Little large. Alright, so y'all see in the distance, you kind of reach a clearing. You see in the distance a town kind of set in the middle of this opening. Or
Stop. No.
I assume PPOP and Yasuka are heading up the front.
Yeah, Yasuka and PPOP will continue to take the van.
You hear Maka say, "Oh, I don't know if you're gonna want to go in there with me all bound up on your back like this." He says to Akalupu.
Who are these people?
These are my people. I usually don't venture in to the village. I usually stay out in the woods and the smaller villages.
And why is that?
It's just usually where all my supplies are for crafting the various potions.
Well, do you know someone in the town who could give us shelter?
Oh, they're very hospitable people. I'm sure if you just go and talk to them, they'll give you shelter for a while. But I think if you go in with a prisoner, so to speak, all tied up, they might be a little suspicious.
Yeah, well, you're suspicious.
Akalupu will wait out here. You guys can go in and see.
All right, so Who's heading in? Pipiopi, Yasuka, Banawanui.
Yeah.
I'll stay in human form, a lower profile.
That's a good point. Yasuka will go ahead and go human form as well.
Then the captain lady is going to go with you because she's never been in this far. She's only been to the coastal zone.
Okay, I guess we walk up there.
All right. Boop. Going to see a guard. So we can say, whoops, no, stop.
He's just dancing.
Yeah, he's just walking away. You just see a guard, and he just walks off into the wilderness. No, I'm gonna say, oh, you do not look like you're from here. Says specifically looking at Yasuka and the captain lady.
Yeah, we just
What
got
is your-
here like yesterday. We're looking for this guy's mom. And she's gonna point at PPOB.
Well, there are quite a few women on the island. Although we have been losing some more as of late. What makes you think she'll be here? And who are you? Been some strangers recently. Strange things happening.
Strange happenings at the Circle K.
At the Circle K.
We're just villagers on a journey to find my mom, like we were saying. We followed kind of her journal to arrive here.
Yeah, Grace Glimmer left a note saying that like she was looking for, I forget exactly what it said. Let's see.
The mother of something.
Yeah, so she said she was gonna look for the emissary of the Star Mother or whatever. So like we're pretty sure that would be here because you know that big light that sometimes like blasts down from the sky.
Oh, you mean the crap? What? You mean the star beacon? I'm sorry, not that. The gosh, where the heck did I put it? All right, this is not exactly what it's called. It might change in the future, but you mean the fiery coconut?
Probably. Does that sound familiar, PPOP? And then for from your tribe, the mythology is not like the Star Mother stuff. Your tribe has like the great coconut tree and all that stuff.
Tis a
That
limb
does
from the great
sound
coconut
right.
tree.
Could you lead us to this coconut tree so we could check it out?
Oh, there are very few people who venture that far in. In fact, half expected there's only one in particular who keeps venturing up into the highlands to try and get to the coconut tree, the fiery coconut limb. And I thought that you were her. You left a few days ago.
Is she like a smoking hot MILF?
Smoking? No. Unfortunately, we do not get occasion to have too much of the fireweed out here.
Yeah. Anyway, that sounds like it might be your mom.
Well, we must go right away.
How close is that sun getting to the mountain?
I was about to say, you better come in for the night. Strange things have been happening as of late.
Yeah,
Of course, the
you're
sun-
telling me. Do you know some guy named Mako?
Oh.
Like some sort of potion maker or something?
There are various peoples who choose to abandon the safety of villages to the dark reaches of the jungle.
Well,
Usually there are not very many who make it that long.
yeah, well, anyway, this guy was like making poisons and being like really suspicious, so we kind of have him like, contained just so that he doesn't get up to anything. Do you want us to like, I don't know, set him free in the forest or what?
Contain. You better bring him in. If you leave him in the jungle, basically you tantamount to murdering him. I'll
Yeah.
leave that decision up to you.
All right, well, we're actually just gonna give him to you, and he can be like your problem. Because, like I said, he was like being really weird and was like trying to walk into the ocean. And yeah, we just needed to make sure that he didn't get up to any trouble while we traveled here.
Well, whatever you decide, you better come in quick.
All right, we're gonna go grab the rest of our group, and then we'll be right back.
In the meanwhile, can I get perception checks from Akalupu, Sunbeam, Blackrock, and Starfire?
Yes.
Starfire. And Akalupu.
Yeah, just like
All right. BlackRock got a 9. Starfire got a 28. Which is a nat 20, by the way.
Oh, nice.
And Sunbeam got a 20.
All right. So, who got the 28? That was a nat 20?
I think that was... Let's see, who has the +8? It was Starfire. Yeah, Starfire.
All right. So Starfire, you guys are just hanging out and I should probably roll Sandy's.
And the other
chilling.
unicorns will also have gone into human form.
And but you think you see what looks like Makao near the edge of the trees.
Is Mako also still tied up on Akalupu's back?
You look, and you actually notice that there is no one on Akalupu's back.
How did Akalupu not notice not having a person on his back?
Akalupu rolled a 2. So it was a nat 2. So I think with his perception, it was a 10. But also, Moscow got a nat 20 in his stealth roll.
How did he get untied? Stealth isn't going to help you get untied.
Oh, what would that be?
That would be an acrobatics roll.
And what would that be rolling against?
That would be against... What do you use to tie ropes? Let's see. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Tying someone up. Okay, so you use thievery to escape. Let's see. Da-da-da. Let's see. So tied up, you can barely move. The creature has you pinned. You're immobile and flat-footed. You can't do anything with the attack or manipulate traits except break, grapple, or escape. Okay, so it's not thievery. So he would have to do a grapple check against Akalupu and beat him. So Akalupu is essentially using his grapple.
What would that be? Would that be strength?
I'm looking it up. Grapple. Let's see. So grapple is an athletics check. So Akalupu would have to beat Akalupu at an athletics check.
Okay.
Good luck with that, Marco.
What is Aqua get?
Athletics? Just a second.
Yeah.
Gotta roll it with my plus 11. Should we roll a 1? 24.
That'd be funny. Alright, so you feel some shimmying back there.
Smack him.
I'm going to be like, Marco, what are you doing?
Just trying to get comfortable. You see being a human backpack is murder on the back.
Too bad, Marco. You must stay.
Alrighty. So then you do not see anything at the tree line.
Alright.
You just see a lovely pair of bunnies hopping along happily, and then a ginormous bird comes and eats them both.
So Sunbeam is gonna be like, "Aw, aw." So Yasuka comes back to the group, and so she says, "All right, guys, they're gonna let us in, and we're gonna like give Mako to the guards, and like they can take care of him, cause like I don't know, it's not really our problem."
Good. Akalupu is tired of
I mean, until he is, and he murders us in our sleep, but you know.
I'm sure we haven't done anything to like make him specifically hate us.
Don't even worry about it.
All right, and again, all of the unicorns are in their humans forms at this point.
All right, so y'all go into the village. And you just like hand them over to the guards at the gate, or like what do you?
Well, we're gonna ask the guards. All right, so like we said, here's Mako. Akalupa, you can take him off of your back now. He was, like I said, he was like trying to walk into the ocean and like making poisons at night. So like, I don't know what you want us to do with him, but he's like part of your tribe, right?
Yeah, just take him to the chief. Who can you guys see the guy who's standing right here or no?
The guy with like a crossbow on his back or shoulder.
I don't know.
This guy.
Which guy?
That guy by the
This
gate.
fella? No.
If you want to move our camera, hold shift and then ping.
That guy.
No, we don't see anyone there.
Okay.
We see this guy in a red robe here.
I must have him on a different layer. There we go. That guy.
All right, so
All right.
another shield guy.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, he looks the exact same.
You guys must be like triplets or something. No, we're not gonna comment on it.
Hey, there's a limited gene pool. Okay. Yeah, you should be in the center of the village.
All right, thank you. All right, we're gonna head in. Do any of the other villagers like talk to us, comment?
they're gonna give you some strange looks. Definitely some strange. Specifically, everybody who's not PPOP, Mono Inui, and Akalupu, they're gonna give strange looks. So Mono Inui, Akalupu, and PPOP do look a lot like the people here. It's not like exactly, like there's some different tribal markings, but for the most part, very similar.
Makes sense.
But they're definitely going to be giving strange looks to all the ponies and the pirate lady.
Does pirate lady say anything about those looks? Feels like she'd have some sort of sassy comeback.
She just puts one fist in the air and uses the other hand, puts it on the inside of her elbow.
She says, "Man, I know, I'm beautiful. Let's move on. let's try and move past that." And she's also going to be looking at a lot of the wares at these stands, which are not represented accurately by the pictures.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if like these weapons were actually metal.
No, they're bone, mostly bone. Actually, you've noticed a lot of bone weapons and a lot of bone tools.
Cool.
Bone and horn, like tusks and stuff like that.
I wonder if
You
these
also-
people take bits. We should like totally go shopping after this.
You also see huge hides, like huge, way bigger than most animals you see.
Are they furry, scaly, leathery?
All kinds. You see people tanning ginormous hides. You see people using very few scaly, but you do see some scales.
Mm-hmm.
But those are usually in the back, kind of like more like, you know when you go to a shop and they've got the stuff like put up behind the register so you can see it, but like you can't grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. And there's very few people who have them.
Makes
But
sense.
for the most part, it's fur, bone, like very leathery hides, a few very large snake-like skins.
Jessica is just
And
gonna
you-
be like, oh man, we need to make some boots. All right. I
And
guess
you notice as you go by, people are kind of quiet down as they watch you pass.
all right, cool. Well, we're making enough noise to make up for that. We'll continue toward
Alright.
the center of town, I guess.
Yeah. You also see a bunch of exotic and strange-looking fruit, as well as meat and the like. And in the middle of town, you see a very large but older fellow talking and directing people and pointing and, generally looking very busy.
All right, Sunbeam's gonna start sniffing the fruits. Not like aggressively, but she's just like, trying to see what they are.
So you smell various aromas of citrus and sweet. A lot of them smell like a mixture of different kinds of fruits. In particular, you see a spiky red fruit that sort of smells something like a strawberry, but also something like an orange, and very strange.
All right, yeah, Sunbeam is definitely like getting some culinary ideas.
Very, very strange looking fruits all around.
Alright, well, Yasuka's gonna point at the older looking busy gentleman and be like, well, that's probably like the chief or whatever. He certainly has, like chief vibes if I've ever seen any.
Yeah, that's about accurate to me. Mono Nui says.
Alright, well,
And
PPOB,
Mono-
do you want to talk to him?
I guess.
So,
Kind of
look at
want
him,
to
PPOB.
explore some more, though. Steal some of this juicy fruit.
Hey, quiet on the S word. We can do that, but like, subtler.
No, I know. I gotta focus on the mission. It's okay.
Gotta find your mom. All right, so you approach him and you notice he's wearing a shell necklace that looks a lot like the ones that Bob Ross and Loki and Sammy's mom, not Pawalaka,
No, Pele.
Pele wear. What are you doing with those markings, son? He says. He kind of stops what he's doing and looks at like some of your tattoos and stuff. Very strange.
These are
Alkalupa,
markings
would
of my
you join us,
tribe.
please?
Oh,
I was the wrong person.
Huh?
All right, sorry to interrupt.
we were told to drop off this guy, Mako, with the guard said you would know what to do with him. He's been acting very suspicious recently, since we arrived here on your island.
So you see the chief look at him. He kind of looks like he recognizes him, but he doesn't say anything to him. Yes, he's one of the jungle dwellers. I would just, I guess, set him loose. I suppose. Not quite sure what you want me to do. Just leave him here. He says, but he's looking at Mako very much like intensely. That really belies the nonchalant attitude he's trying to express.
I think you're muted again, Anna.
I'm just. Delia.
So, where did you find him? Just out of curiosity.
Well, for one thing, he was like in a village full of dead people.
What?
Yeah, we should
Awesome.
probably start from the beginning. So these guys are from like an island called, what did you call it? Onward, forward facing island that you left from?
Outset Island.
Oh yeah, that's it. Outset Island. And we're from another island, and she kind of gestures toward the other unicorns. We're from another island called Silicon Valley. But yeah, so we arrived here yesterday on the beach. What was it? The kind of the northeastern beach?
Oh, hold please. Junk gods, islands. Yeah, the southeastern part of the island.
Okay. I know, I just don't remember where we landed because we did like circle the island and check for beaches that looked like good landing places. But yeah, southwestern works. So we landed on the southwestern island. There seemed to be some sort of like a trading village or a fishing village. I don't really know, but like we got there and it was completely abandoned except for like there was this burnt corpse and this guy was like hiding in a bush next to the burnt corpse. And then we got attacked by a giant water dinosaur. And it tried to eat us, but we killed it and we ate it. Well, part of it. And yeah, then we came here, and I think that kind of catches you up, other than this guy being really sussy. You know, he was like, you know, trying to walk into the water when we first met him, being like, must go into the water. And then, like, we stopped him, and that was when the dinosaur attacked us. And then he was making, like, potions in the middle of the night. And yeah, anyway.
Oh, it's very sad to hear that that village perished. Although we had been warning them for a while that they were no longer safe down there, he says. Well, it's very, very sad, but not very surprised.
Yeah, I'm definitely sorry about the loss of, like, your village.
Well, we'll take him, we'll just put him in the dungeon over here, where the open links are. No, not like actually dungeons, but you know, it's like a storehouse.
Yeah.
And he calls over 2 guards to kind of escort him that way. What brings you to our island?
Oh, we're gonna also be like, oh yeah, and like, do you see this triangle tattoo? And she points to Akalupu. That was all over the dinosaur. It seems to be some sort of like a binding rune or something, if that's like a concern.
Yes, we've been seeing these on quite a few of the beasts that have more and more been coming down from the north of the island. It has something to do. It's something to do with the with has to do with the great shark that stalks the waters around our island. More and more noticed his influence growing and growing. But thought we'd be safe. We moved further in, but hasn't proved so.
Akalupu, it's another shark. You should like fight him.
Akalupu can take any shark. Ah! He's gonna like pick up a pot near him and smash it on the ground.
You're not gonna headbutt it and smash it with your face.
Yes, that's what he's gonna do.
Yes. There was another, I say newcomer. She's been here for quite a few years. But she was convinced that we could free the island of his influence if we went to the great fiery palm branch. And she had some ideas that I didn't quite understand.
What was her name?
Well, she told us her name was...
Was awkward dull? Yeah, get it, Grace Glimmer? Awkward dull? Are you guys gone?
Can you not
What
hear
happened?
Abe?
No, we
we
could
can't
not
hear
hear Abe.
They can't hear you.
What? Son of a gun.
That was funny though, Thomas.
Hello? Hello?
I think you're
Now we hear
coming
ya.
over only Anna's mic.
Oh,
How about now?
All right, yeah, you're back.
Okay, that's weird. All right. What part did y'all lose me at?
Right when you were,
and her name
yeah,
is.
her name.
and her name is disconnected. And her name is Kahukura, which he says he doesn't think is actually her name because that's a very, very old name. But as you guys know from your island, Kahukura is a very popular female name from Outset Isle.
All right, Jessica is going to elbow PP up and be like, I still think that's your mom.
Interesting. It would make sense that she would take an alias.
Yeah, did you ever ask Loki like what she went by while she was, on your island?
No, I never did.
Well,
He
maybe...
always referred to her as your mother with me in our 1 or 2 conversations about her.
Or that sexy, sexy horse.
That strangely sexy horse.
So where is she?
She set off about a week ago on an expedition that she was leading up to the north of the island.
Oh my goodness, we're so close. This is so exciting. Only a week away.
Well, she should have been back 3 days ago, so we've been anxiously awaiting her return.
You said it was an expedition? Who else went with her?
Oh, some people from some more of the rambunctious hunters in the village. I'm sorry. Some of the village folk from around there. There's a few villages around, but none much larger than the one that you've seen. Other people she's persuaded.
All right,
But-
well, if we go and check on them, would that be helpful?
Well, yes, but I wouldn't tell anyone to do that. Dangers are great. Only very, very experienced people I would recommend actually go.
What kind of dangers will we face?
Well, she would very often, she's one of the very few who would venture into the woods and off the more safe paths. Although safe now is a relative term. There are hordes and hordes of the demons. They think they're a devil sent by the great coconut tree.
Could you describe
Demons.
these demons?
Well, they're small. They're round. They look like coconuts.
Cocoa biters.
Yeah. Arms and legs. They didn't show up until
Akalupa, don't you have the cocoa biter mask still?
Did you take that with you from the boat?
I do.
Okay. Did you take it out dramatically when you said cocoa biters?
Yes.
Oh. See, you have run into the demons.
Yeah, they also attacked our island. They are vicious little perverts.
Yes. Perv. Well, I guess we know what pervert is.
Yes.
I would
was gonna
assume
say,
so.
that's not what is this pervert you speak of? They've been ravaging many of the villages. That's actually why Kahukura. I need to not say her name differently every time I say it.
How do you spell it?
Kahukura. So
Cool.
Kahukura. Kahukura, not Kahukara, which I don't know where that extra vowel comes from, but whatever. That's why she had so much support in the less protected villages. Mostly those whose families had been carried away by the demons. It always seems that though they do kill very many of our people, it always takes them away. Knows what? Hi.
Probably because they are perverts.
Maybe. I mean, yeah. Can I help you? Hey. Yeah, that's Daddy's computer. She walked over to me, got up on my lap and just pointed at my computer screen. Just, look, Dad, it's your computer. Anywho. Oh. But they're not the only things that have been venturing in. More and more greater and larger beasts have been coming in from the northern highlands.
Of Scotland.
Coming down. Of Scotland! That dang Scots! Which at first we thought was a blessing, as we had greater. They only came in few numbers. We could harvest their. We could kill them and sell their furs and bones and pelts. It's okay. But their numbers soon increased and they began to overwhelm us.
So,
Hi.
can we, would you mind if we, used their village as, a base of operations? Because we, want to try and find Kahukura, and we could probably try and look into some of these other problems, too. We would need, food and supplies and stuff to get that done, but we would, totally be willing to, help you guys out.
Well, something that we're not short on is supply of meat. The animals have been getting more and more bold and less afraid.
Was that did that kind of correlate to the big light from the sky recently? Or was it, unrelated entirely?
Ever since the Great Light, it has gotten more and more, and it's increased. I don't die. It's increased more since the Great Light.
Do you know where the Great Light touches down?
Yes, the burning palm branch.
All right. Well, that sounds like probably where we need to go.
Oh, I wouldn't start off today if that's what you're thinking.
Oh yeah, definitely not. We've already been told about the whole sun thing and the mountain.
And as you're speaking, you do see the sun start to go behind the very top of the mountain. It gets suddenly darker.
Yeah, that is not ominous at all.
Well, you're free to stay here, make whatever provisions. I'm going to go get back to work, he says, as he starts to walk towards where they took Mako.
Wait, one last question before you go.
Yes?
So, where should we stay? Is there, a hut we could use? Should we just set up, a tent in an open space?
Oh, I'm so silly. You can stay at the, you can stay in my hut. It's the one in the center there.
Thank you, that is so generous.
Unfortunately, your party might have to squeeze a little bit. I don't know if it was quite built for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but there'll be a dry roof.
Yasuka is gonna wrap an arm around PPOP and be like, I don't mind a little squeezing.
Alright, well,
Wink, wink.
you can get your, you can go ahead and start bringing whatever things you have. But as he says that, he is interrupted by ominous booming coming from the woods.
All right, and we are just about at 2 hours. Do we want to leave it on that cliffhanger?
I'm good
That
with
sounds
that.
perfect.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up here. And as always, let's see. What has PPOP learned?
PPOP learned that suspicious people should probably just be killed outright and don't deserve free stress.
Yeah, I mean, that is what the guy on the boat taught us for sure.
Hey, you never know.
Very skeptical about this boom sound and its potential relationship with Mako, who we left alive still.
Yeah. All right. What about Akalupu?
Akalupu learned that he's glad that tying up people has more to do with athletics than perception.
All right, and Yasuka has learned that small dinosaurs have foot fetishes. All right, well, thank you, everyone. I had a blast with this game. Thank you for running it, of course, Abe. This has been super fun. And I will catch you guys all at the next one.